Hello everyone, and today I'm going to give you a sneak preview of my upcoming Christmas demo for my Sega Mega Drive / Genesis version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. In putting this footage together, I've tried to maintain a good balance between showing you some new things that you haven't seen before on the channel, while at the same time holding some things back because there are some certain sections that I want everyone to experience for the very first time when they play it themselves. Some of the new stuff you'll see in this demo includes new level designs as well as new enemies and also old enemies with new AI patterns. You'll also be able to hear a new version of the music for the Alchemy Lab level. That music, both the old version and the new tweaked version you're going to hear today, is of course by Engelbart. And a few days ago, myself and Engelbart recorded a podcast where we talked about the Symphony of the Night project as well as various other homebrew discussions and talking about Sega and so on. And that video, I believe, should be up on his channel within the next week or so. So definitely pay attention and keep an eye out for that. In just a moment, I'm going to be quiet and let you enjoy listening to the music and the sound effects and watching the gameplay in peace, but just before I do so, I want to emphasize that this is of course a work in progress with lots of placeholder graphics and placeholder sound effects here and there, as well as some of the AI and other things I need to work on still, plus of course there's still quite a few bugs. But if you look at the previous year's Christmas demos, I think you'll see a big improvement. And for those of you who never got to play last year's demo or even the year before, you can go to my channel and you can still click on those videos, and those videos will have a download link. So if you just want to have something to play in the meantime until this demo drops next week, then you can play those. Okay, so I have a few more things to say at the very end of the video, but for now, please enjoy the Castlevania game playing on real hardware and a CRT. Hi everyone, sorry to come back so soon, but when I uploaded this to YouTube the first time, I got some kind of copyright injunction due to the Dracula's Castle music. Rather than mute this section, I thought it would be best instead to give some commentary about what's going on the screen. So in this part here, you can see I've got these gargoyle enemies. To the best of my knowledge, these actually only appeared in the Saturn version of the game. They were part of the exclusive underground garden section of the castle. I try to stay true to how they appeared in the original, so they've got this orange colour, but to be honest I think I might prefer like a green colour instead. And actually recently Pyron sent me a alternative gargoyle sprite from I think it's from the Rondo of Blood game, so I'm going to try that one out too. There are a few enemies in the game that you can actually stun lock by hitting them like this, but other enemies you hit them and it doesn't really affect their behaviour, and the same with bosses too, so I have to decide which ones can be stun locked and which ones not, especially with the bosses. Some of them you can actually stun lock them to the point where they can't even hurt you, so I think that's not like a great thing, and so I'm gonna have to decide which enemies you can stun lock and which not. This section here is actually quite interesting. You recognise it's a new section, so this doesn't appear in the original, but I'm using the assets from the original, and I did this about 2 or 3 months ago as a little stress test for the engine, because now I've not only got all these multiple enemies on the screen and different types of enemies with their AI, but also have the sub-weapon system too, so there's lots of checks going on with the CPU. So this was a really good stress test for me to see whether there's any slowdown or not, and I'm happy to report that so far, at least fingers crossed, there hasn't been any slowdown in the game, and that's something I want to avoid as much as possible. Okay, with Dracula's Castle out of the way, I can now finally shut up and let you listen to the music and sound effects without any distraction. Now, as I said before, this is a new version of Alchemy Lab that Engelbart just sent me a few days ago, so enjoy. Okay, so that's about it in terms of what I want to show in this particular preview. As I said before, there are plenty of things that I'm not going to show here that I want everyone to experience for the first time playing on their own console. This weekend I'm going to do a bit more programming on the game just to tweak a few things and fix a few bugs, maybe finish off some of the enemy AI which is only half finished at the moment, but in terms of what I want to show in the demo, it's pretty much done. I'm not going to crunch right up to Christmas, I'm going to take a week or two just to relax. I'm also going to start to put together my annual review of the up and coming Mega Drive and Genesis games, so I've kept a list myself of all the projects in development, but there's so much going on that it's easy to miss one or two, so if you have any particular projects that you're aware of that you want me to cover, then please leave a comment in the comment section below. Okay, so that's about it for this video. As always, thanks very much for watching, and if you're interested in this type of content, don't forget to subscribe.
I'm interested in this.
And for those of you who wish to support the channel, I have a Patreon and any support is much appreciated.
You won't go unrewarded.
Until next time,
farewell.